Alright, welcome back to the lab, robots. We've got a new drop today, the Mistral Small Instruct 2407. I was sitting here running some tests, so I figured I would go ahead and put it to the paces. Go ahead and see if we can get the live action going. And you guys can follow along as we're putting some stuff through the paces. So this is actually Mistral Large running on my 6xA 4500 cluster just to get some comparison going. But I thought we would go take a quick look and chat with the Mistral Small Instruct 2409 and just see how it starts to respond. And we could possibly go ahead and even ask the Mistral Large 2407 the same questions and see how they compare. So I just figured I'd bring you guys along, see if we can get the live stuff working, and we'll go ahead and take a quick look at some of these. Alright, well, while that test is going in the background, we won't worry about that. Let's go ahead and ask Mistral Small Instruct some basic questions and just kind of see how we feel like the responses look. If anyone's curious, we're going to be running this on a 3090 tonight. At least for the small, the large is actually running on my 6A by 4500 cluster. Let's start out with some basic things, like let's see if what it knows about climate change and get an idea of how it answers us on that. We can see it loading up down there. Off to the right, don't worry about that. That's the other test going in the background. This is a different node with its own GPUs. Not going to affect us whatsoever. Give it a second to load up. Ooh, that's actually incredibly verbose. Alright, well, now I'm curious. Even with that other test running, let's go ahead and ask Mistral Large Instruct that same exact question. Pull this off to the side. Let you guys see this side by side if we can. Here, let me stop that other test. Just because I'm now starting to be curious to see the differences in between the two. They're really fairly close if you read into it a bit, which is what we would kind of expect, but that means that the Mistral Small Instruct is performing just as decently, not necessarily accurate, but performing as decently as the Mistral Large. Let's test the Mistral Small Instruct on a little bit of math. And we'll do the Mistral Large same time. I mean, that looks correct to me. What's going on with our Mistral Large over there? Oh, it unloaded on us. My fault for letting it all time out. Let's test some common sense reasoning. Let's just see. If it's raining outside and I don't have an umbrella, what might I need to stay dry? Wear a raincoat or jacket. Use a hood. Carry a poncho. Duck under covered areas. That's an interesting answer for it to come back with. Walk quickly. Wear waterproof shoes or rain boots. Use a newspaper or a plastic bag. Avoid puddles. Yeah, avoid puddles. Oh, it finally started to respond over here. It's going to come up with... Interesting. Yep. Well, at least they both seem to have been right on the math. Let's get this caught up. Ask it the same thing. I'm going to have to go fix that. It unloaded again. Oh, because I didn't stop that test fully in the background. Let's try some logical reasoning. If all birds have feathers, and penguins are birds, do penguins have feathers? Sorry, trying to fix Mistral Large off to the side. Yes, penguins have feathers. While penguins spend a significant amount of time in the water and have adapted to aquatic life, they are indeed birds and possess feathers. Their feathers serve multiple purposes, such as insulation, buoyancy, and streamlining in the water. The arrangement and type of feathers on penguins are specialized for their aquatic lifestyle. Not bad, not bad. Let me get Mr. Large reloaded over there. Let's just ask ask it the same question. It should load itself back up. Let's test if it's aware about any culture-based things and how it responds to that. Alright, we'll get it caught back up now that Mistral Large is loaded up over here. Ooh, very similar. Let's back up to what Mistral Small said about that. Mistral Large is being a little bit more verbose, offering more options. Call for a ride. I like that one. Call for a ride. Alright, let's ask it the penguin one, just to get everything caught up here, so we can compare them side by side. Yeah, very similar. Alright, let's see what Mr. Large will come back with if we ask it about what is the national dish of Italy. Alright, they're both saying pasta. Oh, spaghetti. Mistral Small got a little bit more specific in there. Huh, I mean, I suppose Mistral Large did also. We'll let that go. Let's do some translation. That should be really easy. I would expect them both to get that. How about some literature? Let's see how good they're both at literature. Very similar. Very similar. As we expect, this is Mistral Small and Mistral Large. Let's get it to explain some concepts to us and see how it does there. Hardware and software components, specific functions, calling out the different hardware components. Ooh. Same thing. Mistral Large seems to be going into a little bit more detail, as we would hope. Different options even on the display. I'm happy to see it call that out. Ooh, into connectivity modules. Yeah. No system prompts on these at all. So this is bare model responses on both of these. Wow, even into the sensors. Mistral Large is really getting verbose about this. Wow, still going even. Ooh, and died on the apps. Did it actually unload again? No, I probably ran out of context there. I would give it to Mistral Large there. No problem. Let's ask it some questions about history, and not just history, but how that had an impact on global politics. Can you provide a historical analysis of the Cold War and its impact on global politics? Let's see where either of these go. If anyone's curious, this is the built-in local AI chat. So if you're running local AI on your different systems, that you can actually run it this way. Mine is all running in Kubernetes. That's what it's, or gives me the ability to have multiple GPUs and run multiple instances of local AI to be able to run multiple different models at the same time, like we're doing right now. Ooh, let me give this a quick read here. It's a long read. Let me give this a quick skim. Ooh, calling out major events. Mistral Large looks like it's going to be doing the same thing. Superpower influence. Into the proxy wars and the arms race. That's pretty good. End of the Cold War and long-term impacts. Rise of globalization. Yeah, that's really quite dead on. And see, this time Mistral Small actually got quite verbose versus Mistral Large. Alright. Let's clear the chats out. Clear that history. Let's see how either one of them reacts to judgment calls. What should you do if you find a wallet on the street? Don't remove any items. Look for identifying information. Try to find the owner yourself. Hand it to local authorities. Trusted institution. Post about it on a local lost and found groups or website. That's pretty good. Be aware of your surroundings. If the wallet appears to have a substantial amount of money or valuable items, be cautious as the owner might be looking for it. Try to find a suitable place to wait and observe, then approach the owner if they seem to be searching for their wallet. It's not a bad idea, but interesting one. Alright, let's take a look at what Large has got for us up there. Pick it up. Making sure not to disturb the contents. Check for identification. See if you can contact the owner. Return it in person. That's a good one. Mail it to their address, explaining how you found it. Hand it to authorities. Check with local businesses. Oh, yeah, they may have security footage that could help identify the owner. That's not bad. Don't keep or move the contents. Avoid the temptation to keep any cash or items from the wallet. It's not only unethical, but also illegal. I like that they both basically end with the same type thing, too. By following these steps, you'll increase the chances of the wallet being returned to its rightful owner. By following these steps, you increase the chances of the wallet being returned to its rightful owner and contribute to a positive community spirit. Alright, this was just me quickly playing around, hoping that it was going to work for you guys so that you could see it. Maybe we'll try a bunch more of these in the future. I would suggest checking out Mistral Small Instruct. From what I've been playing with tonight, it actually seems quite impressive. For its size, it does fit very well, at least a Q6 model on a 24 gig card. And I'll see you guys next time.